सरस्वती माता सरस्वती मन के मंदिर में जलती रहे गीत संगीत की आरती। मन के मंदिर में जलती रहे गीत संगीत की आरती।
Sitaramam Shakti. This is the one and the only Shakti Fridays with Justin D. Anthony. I want to say it's a pleasure and honor to have you locked on as we play all these divine songs. And indeed, on this very auspicious day, in reverence, in glorification of Goddess Saraswati, I wish to take this opportunity and say, may the divine Devi Saraswati, who governs the arts, musical talents, educational pursuits, bless you and your family immensely. Today's discourse, today's program, of course, as you expect, relates to Goddess Saraswati, speaking about many aspects of her. So please do me one favor in the first place. Share this link across your Facebook as we speak about the glories, the stories, and the beauty of Goddess Saraswati. In the first place, though, I wish to say pranam and good morning to Mina Cromwell and my Akala family. I want to say pranam and good morning to Indira Molai, Simbo Sharon. I want to say pranam to Aaron Stephen. I want to say pranam and good morning to my sister Vanny, Aipua Nita Jitu, my Queen's Village family. I want to take this opportunity as well to extend greetings and say pranam to all the devotees of the Sri Ma Kali Durga Mandir located at 9266 Springfield Boulevard in Queens Village, New York. In particular, I want to extend greetings and say pranam to Pujari Kabardas Jitu and Grandma Rose. Everyone locking in, everyone checking in. Wherever you're viewing this video from, I want to say, may the divine Devi Saraswati bless you and your family in a special way.
मेरे आवो दयामय, आवो दयामय, मेरे कंठ सरस्वती आवो दयामय। जो कर चोरी शीश नवाओ, मेरे कंठ सरस्वती आवो दयामय। जो कर चोरी शीश नवाओ, मेरे कंठ सरस्वती आवो दयामय। एक नजर में हर की फेर दे भगवान, सोता जीव जगायो दयामय। एक नजर में हर की फेर दे भगवान, सोता जीव जगायो दयामय। आवो दयामय, आवो दयामय, आवो दयामय, आवो दयामय, मेरे कंठ सरस्वती आवो दयामय। जो कर जोरी शीश नवाओ, मेरे कंठ सरस्वती आवो दयामय। राहगिरी मार्ग में भटके, भूल अचल बतायो दयामय। राहगिरी मार्ग में भटके, भूल अचल बतायो दयामय। आवो दयामय, आवो दयामय, आवो दयामय, आवो दयामय, मेरे कंठ सरस्वती आवो दयामय। जो कर जोरी शीश नवाओ, मेरे कंठ सरस्वती आवो दयामय। विकट रास्ता संग में न साथी, प्रेम नगर पहुँचायो दयामय। विकट रास्ता संग में न साथी, प्रेम नगर पहुँचायो दयामय। आवो दयामय, आवो दयामय, आवो दयामय, आवो दयामय, मेरे कंठ सरस्वती आवो दयामय। जो कर जोरी शीश नवाओ, मेरे कंठ सरस्वती आवो दयामय।
If you just locked on, I want to say pranam, good morning, and happy Saraswati Jayanti to you and your family. As we begin our discourse for today, speaking of course on the glories, the stories of Saraswati Ma, as we begin our discourse for today, Saraswati Ma is the Shakti, the power, and the consort of Brahma. Accordingly, we call her the Procretex, and that fancy word means she's the source of all creation in essence. Under this understanding, Saraswati Ma is known as the flowing one, and indeed there is a river named after her which relates to her. go along in the program, we will speak further and more into depth on Goddess Saraswati. But in the meantime, I wish to say pranam and good morning to Harachan Dennis from Toronto, Savitri Balgobin. I want to say pranam and good morning to Savitri Lokman. Let me take this opportunity as well to say pranam and good morning to Adrian, Kushmalal, Marilyn Sealal, Sunny Sewa. Let me take this opportunity just to say, broadly speaking, pranam and blessings to all those watching in Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, Suriname, the various Caribbean islands. I want to say pranam and blessings to all those watching in Canada, the United States of America, the Mauritius, South Africa, and elsewhere, wherever you're locking in from, wherever you're viewing this video from. May Goddess Saraswati bless you and your family to the highest. I additionally want to say pranam and good morning to Wendy Takardine and the Takardine family.
Bando Saraswati Ganaravo, Bando Saraswati Ganaravo, Saraswati Ganaravo, Saraswati Ganaravo, Bando Saraswati Ganaravo, Bando Saraswati Ganaravo. कृपा मुख अति बोले पंगु रक्षा गिरिजात स्वभाव जिनकी कृपा मुख अति बोले पंगु रक्षा गिरिजात स्वभाव बंदो सरस्वती गणरावो
So as we continue onwards with our discourse for today, Goddess Saraswati is called the Hisvari, meaning she is the mistress of speech. She blesses the devotee with speaking abilities. That is ability to publicly speak. To speak in a way that infatuates. When one is blessed with speech by the goddess Saraswati, they can speak with simplicity, yet their words carry effect. When a leader is blessed by goddess Saraswati, he can speak with a quiet tone, yet their words have a global or wide reach. While some may speak in a boastful way, loudly, the blessing of Goddess Saraswati is most evident when an individual speaks simply, yet effectively. I want to say pranam good morning to Uncle Lakey and family. I want to say pranam good morning to Savitri, Sylvie Rupran, Sunita Kolasar, Radhika Ramprasad from Trinidad and Tobago, and so many others locked on as well. Once again, I want to extend greetings and say blessings of the Goddess Saraswati to you and your family. Goddess Saraswati is the personification of all knowledge, from the sciences to all crafts to all skills. She personifies all knowledge. She frees the devotee from ignorance, a state of ignorance. And that is accordingly why Goddess Saraswati is associated with the color white. For one to be blessed by Goddess Saraswati, one must personify, one must live a life of purity. Cleanliness must be an essential part of a person's life. The Goddess Saraswati is very, very particular as it relates to cleanliness, in homes where there is filth, there is dirt, unorganized. She doesn't wish to reside there. A home that's always kept clean, she will have that willingness to reside there. As we relate and speak now about manifestation of Goddess Saraswati, very, very few individuals have the capacity to manifest Goddess Saraswati. Given her particular nature, very, very few individuals have the capacity to manifest Goddess Saraswati. And indeed, if you were to look at things in a more broad sense, in many of the temples, she doesn't come up, she doesn't manifest on people. Very, very rarely will you see a temple that has a manifestation of Goddess Saraswati. And indeed, many of the videos we see on TikTok and other social media, that they claim that this is the Goddess Saraswati manifested here, and this is the Goddess Saraswati dancing, this is the Goddess Saraswati, providing guidance and healing to others. Many of those videos that we see are not Goddess Saraswati, but rather they're just simply evil entities trying to imitate the goddess. Very few individuals have the capacity to manifest Goddess Saraswati. the opportunity, when one is blessed by the manifestation, or indeed just blessed by the goddess itself that resides in the Murti of Goddess Saraswati. When one is blessed by Goddess Saraswati, whether it is in the manifestation or whether it is in that Murti form, the individual is sure to prevail in all their aspirations professionally. And indeed, they are sure to prevail in all their educational pursuits. No matter how difficult the subject they wish to be engaged in, they wish to study is, Goddess Saraswati can bless the individual with comprehension and retention of that subject matter. And as we go along in this program, I will speak to a very simple remedy for students. But there are many rules that one must follow for this remedy to work. And later on in the program, I will speak to that. But in the meantime, I wish to say pranam and good morning to Gain the Manahar and the Manahar family. Blessings to all of you. Blessings to all of you watching in Schenectady. I want to say pranam to Normati Dat, Simbo Sharon. And if I happen to miss your name or greeting, I do humbly apologize. But I want you to know that I genuinely appreciate you tuning in, sharing. If I happen to miss your greeting, your anniversary wishes, birthday wishes, and etc., please retype it so that I may air it.
सिर से तेरी Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh.
I want to say Panaman good morning to Devika Mahabir, Shirley Lochin, Kumari Jacob, Savitri Singh.
Jai Ganesh.
So as we continue onwards with our discourse for today, what is a remedy for all students? How can a student receive the blessings or receive the aid from Goddess Saraswati when they're engaged in their studies? Well, there is one simple remedy I wish to share today on this very auspicious day, related and in reference of Goddess Saraswati. When a student is engaged in their studies, the desk where they study has to always be kept clean. There cannot be dust on it and etc. It needs to be wiped. It needs to be kept in a cleanly state. Books and study materials can be all around disarrayed. Everything has to be organized on that desk.
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh.
The desk where the student engages in studies, they should not be eating meat and fish.
Jai Ganesh.
Further to that, they should not eat there at all.
Jai Ganesh.
To ensure that area retains a level of cleanliness.
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh.
So when a student can maintain all these different sorts of rules,
Jai Ganesh.
here is the remedy now. Place an image of Goddess Saraswati, a photo of Goddess Saraswati.
Jai Ganesh.
In the area where the student engages in their studies.
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh.
Every day before they are to engage in their studies, they are going to study, they're going to take online classes or whatever it is. They're going to read and etc. They will take dupe and they will light it for Goddess Saraswati. They will chant a Saraswati mantra.
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh.
An odd number of times.
Jai Ganesh.
They will arti Goddess Saraswati and they will take the blessings of Goddess Saraswati. That whatever subject matter they're about to be engaged in, whatever studies they're about to be engaged in, whatever reading and etc. they're going to be engaged in, may the Goddess bless them with knowledge, retention, concentration, and all the abilities required to excel in their studies. So the Arti Goddess Saraswati, they take the blessings of Goddess Saraswati. Then they engage in their studies. And this is a tested remedy. A simple, tested remedy to aid students. However, as I mentioned before, there are certain rules governing this. The desk that the student studies has to be kept clean. You cannot eat meat, fish, and etc. there. In essence, you're not supposed to eat there at all. It should always be organized.
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh.
And if this remedy is performed with all these rules in mind, the student will achieve great success in their studies, in their examinations, projects, and the like. So here is a simple remedy for students to harness the power of Goddess Saraswati. But of course, there are certain rules, and if these rules are not meant, they're not. If you do not abide by these rules, there is no blessing. In fact, there can be negative repercussions.
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva. Mata Jaki Parvati, Pita Mahadeva. Jai Ganesh Deva, Jai Ganesh Deva, Jai Ganesh Deva. दयावंत चार भुजाधारी, चार भुजाधारी। माथे सिंदूर सोहे मूसे की सवारी, मूसे की सवारी। दुखियों के दुख हरत परम नंद देवा। जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश देवा। जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा। माता जाकी पार्वती, पिता महादेवा। जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश देवा। अंधन को आँख देता, निर्धन को मैया, निर्धन को मैया। भंजन को पुत्र देख, कुरिया को कैया, कुरिया को कैया। भाव से पर करो नाथ, भजन करो तेरा। जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश देवा। जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा। माता जाकी पार्वती, पिता महादेवा। जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश देवा। जो तेरा ध्यान करे, ज्ञान मिले उसको, ज्ञान मिले उसको। चोर तुझे और भला, गाई मैं उसको, वायु मैं उसको।
I want to say pranam and good morning to Gayatri Narayan. She would like to say bless Saraswati Jayanti to all. I want to say pranam and good morning to Annie J. Ram. Pearly Singh says Sitaram to everyone listening, wishing everyone a happy Saraswati Jayanti. And she wishes to extend blessings to all, especially her son, Darren Singh, who is studying. And indeed, let me take this opportunity just to say to all the students globally, may the Goddess Saraswati bless them so they may excel in their studies.
Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Kshama Shiva Dhatri Swaha Swadha Namostute Namah देवी मुनि मुनि रे अम्मा रे अम्मा रे मुनि मुनि रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ये अम्मा काली अम्मा ओय अम्मा मारी अम्मा रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ओय अम्मा मारी अम्मा रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ओय अम्मा काली अम्मा रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ये मुनि मुनि रे अम्मा मुनि 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 रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ये अम्मा काली अम्मा ओय अम्मा मारी अम्मा रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ओय अम्मा काली अम्मा रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ये ओय अम्मा काली भद्रा काली जयंती काली मंगला काली सबको काली रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ओय अम्मा मारी अम्मा रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ओय अम्मा मारी अम्मा रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ये अम्मा गणेश भगवान जय जय गणेश भगवान गणेश भगवान जय जय गणेश भगवान गणेश भगवान जय जय गणेश भगवान अम्मा देवी अम्मा ओय अम्मा मारी अम्मा रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ओय अम्मा काली अम्मा रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ये अम्मा जय जय धरती माता जय जय धरती माता धरती माता जय जय धरती माता धरती माता जय जय धरती माता अम्मा देवी अम्मा ओय अम्मा मारी अम्मा रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ओय अम्मा काली अम्मा रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ये अम्मा जय जय सूर्या भगवान जय जय सूर्या भगवान सूर्या भगवान जय जय सूर्या भगवान सूर्या भगवान जय जय सूर्या भगवान अम्मा देवी अम्मा ओय अम्मा मारी अम्मा रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ओय अम्मा काली अम्मा रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ये अम्मा जय जय कृष्ण भगवान जय जय कृष्ण भगवान कृष्ण भगवान जय जय कृष्ण भगवान कृष्ण भगवान जय जय कृष्ण भगवान अम्मा देवी अम्मा ओय अम्मा मारी अम्मा रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ओय अम्मा काली अम्मा रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ये अम्मा जय जय राम भगवान जय जय राम भगवान राम भगवान जय जय राम भगवान राम भगवान जय जय राम भगवान अम्मा देवी अम्मा ओय अम्मा मारी अम्मा रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ओय अम्मा काली अम्मा रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ये अम्मा जय जय हनुमान बाबा जय जय हनुमान बाबा हनुमान बाबा जय जय हनुमान बाबा हनुमान बाबा जय जय हनुमान बाबा अम्मा देवी अम्मा ओय अम्मा मारी अम्मा रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ओय अम्मा काली अम्मा रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ये मुनि मुनि रे मुनि 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 रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ये अम्मा काली अम्मा ओय अम्मा मारी अम्मा रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ओय अम्मा काली अम्मा रे अम्मा देवी अम्मा ये अम्मा
So as you know, every show that I do, I like to share a little story that can help to enlighten us about Hindu spirituality. I just help to illuminate our lives. How to take a different approach in terms of life. And today is no different. Today's discourse, today's program focuses on the goddess Saraswati, and accordingly today's story relates to her. You know, there once was a child. this child was mute. That is, the child did not have the ability to speak. For years and years, this child was challenged with this issue. The father of this child made great efforts to teach his son how to speak, how to read, how to write. But the child didn't retain the knowledge. The child was mute and couldn't speak. The child was mute and couldn't sing. And this frustrated the father. The father would get mad at him. The father would become furious with him and insult him. Out of ignorance, the father would insult his son, the only son he had. While many in the world today, they long for a son. They pray to the goddess, they pray to goddesses for a son. No matter how that son may be, they just simply want the son to experience the bliss, to know what it feels like to have someone who says, I love you. Here the father takes his only son that God blessed him, and he takes him for granted. My friends, if we look around in the world today, how many fathers, how many parents indeed, take their only child for granted, just like this father in the story. The son is trying his best to learn everything the father teaches him, to learn how to sing. He wants to speak, but he doesn't have the ability to speak, that bodily ability to speak. He tries. It's not like he's not trying. But his father grows increasingly frustrated with him. And one day, something happens. Something happens that will change the fate of this father and the son. One day, while the father is trying to teach his son how to sing, how to speak, the father breaks out in anger. He yells at his son and he says, before I had a child like you, it was better that I have no child at all. You are a disgrace to me. You don't know how to sing, you don't know how to speak. Everyone in the community looks at me and says, you have a dunce for a son. The father tells his son, the only son God ever blessed him with, you're not my son. You could never be my son. The little boy hears everything. And while he does not have the ability to speak, he is mute. He has the understanding of everything his father said to him. So this little boy runs into the forest region. And and decides to live by himself in the forest. If his father doesn't want him, if the community looks down at him, why should he remain here? He will go in the forest region and he will live on his own. He will live with peace and he will live in a place where no one has to insult him. Maybe he can find refuge in the forest, far away from people, because people throughout his life have insulted him, have demeaned him, and his own father doesn't even want him. He goes in the forest region and he lives. He lives off the little leaves he can find, the little fruits that he can find. And he is happy with the simple life he is living in the forest. But one day, his fate, his life would change. My friends, I want to tell you something here today. No matter how life becomes difficult, no matter what circumstance comes before you, it will pass. This little boy is in the forest alone. It's a difficult situation. It is a life and death situation because he has to try to survive. But something happens that will change his fate. Something happens that will change his life. One day, there is a hunter in the forest, and this hunter wants to kill a hog. The hunter is pursuing this hog. So the hog goes and hides in the bushes. The hunter sees the hog and positions himself with his arrow, about to take the life of this hog. So this little boy sees the hog. And he doesn't want the life of that hog to go. He knows that the hunter will kill this hog. And he doesn't want the life of that hog to go. But how will he warn this hog that the hunter is coming? How will he warn this hog so the hog can run away and escape from the hunter? Then something miraculous happens. As the hunter positions himself with the bow, about to take the shot that will kill this hog, the little boy screams and says, "Aim." The little boy screams, "Aim." The first word he ever said in his whole entire life. The hog hears this and escapes from the hunter. The hog's life is saved. But this little boy looks at it. He reflects on this instance and he says, "How did I speak? I haven't spoken since I'm little. How did this word come out of my mouth?" The hunter now approaches this little boy and says to the little boy, "Have you seen a hog? I'm trying to hunt a hog. Can you tell me what direction the hog went?" And this little mute boy turns to the hunter and he says, I didn't see anything. The boy who was once mute, how did he string together and say an entire intelligible sentence? The hunter eventually goes away. But this little boy now is in a state of reflection. How did he speak an entire sentence? How did he craft an answer? For his whole entire life, he could not speak. What's really going on? The little boy thinks and he says, maybe I should practice this word that I said, aim. Let me practice this word aim and see if my ability to speak and everything improves. So this little boy constantly chants aim. And my friends, as you may know, aim is the Bij mantra. It is the base mantra of Saraswati Ma. Just by chanting aim alone, the devotee gains the blessings of Saraswati. If a devotee were to chant aim thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of times, they would gain the power of Saraswati Ma. But of course, when you chant this mantra, you don't just simply chant it aim, 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 aim with speed as though you're racing in a marathon. You need to chant the mantra slowly and pronounce it with meaning as though you mean it. You need to prolong the pronunciation. So this little boy does an experiment now. He keeps chanting aim. And as he chants aim, miraculous things happen. He becomes able to read. He becomes able to write. He becomes able to write speeches. He's able to read the Vedas and the Shastras. He's able to read the Puranas. And he becomes an expert of Hindu philosophy. He can speak for hours and hours of Hindu philosophy. And one day, his father hears about a boy in the forest who knows Hindu philosophy. The community where he used to belong hears about a child who can speak as a politician, as a leader, a little boy who has knowledge of all the Vedas. Not only a learned boy, but a boy of wisdom. So the boy's father and the community, they go into this forest region wanting to know who is this little boy. Maybe they can go and learn something from him. Maybe they can go and be blessed by this little boy so that they can become learned and wise. The father and the community members later discover that the little boy that they once had demeaned, the little boy that they once insulted, the little boy that was once mute, has become an individual of great capacity. They now witness and see that that little boy they used to demean is a scholar today. He hasn't learned in any university, any educational institute. But today he is a scholar of a religion. Today he can speak to you hours and hours on end. Today he can sing the bhajans of the Devi and the deities. So as the community members and the father witness this boy in his grandeur, witness the capacity and the abilities of this boy in the forest region, all of them are at a loss of words. All of them bend their heads in shame, in utter shame. None of them can utter a word. The little boy was once mute and couldn't speak. And today the goddess Saraswati has blessed that little boy. And today they are like in a state of mute. Today they can't utter a word. When they used to yell at the little boy, when they used to insult the little boy, when the father even said to the little boy, I don't want you to be my son anymore, you're not my son. Today the father is mute. Today the father, the words don't come out of his mouth. But what does this story teach us, my friends? What can we learn from this story, my friends? We can learn a very simple lesson here. In the world that we live in today, many of us are just like that little boy. Many of us are just like that little boy. People insult you. People demean you. People underestimate your abilities and your potential. But I want to tell you here today, let people insult you. Let people demean you. Let people hurt you through their words. But remember one day, my friends, if you believe in the goddess, if you chant the glories of the goddess, the goddess will bless you one day. And one day you will stand in a position. One day you will stand in a status of life no one saw coming. One day, the naysayers, the individuals who insult you, who think, who believe in their egotistical minds they're better than you, one day they will see you stand on the mountain of success, unable to take you down. The goddess Saraswati, with her blessings, the individual stands as a leader. The individual stands as a master of speech, a master of various skills and education. Today, my friends, as I'm about to conclude this program for today, pray to the goddess. Chant Aim, that Bij mantra, as this little boy had chanted. And you will also see the goddess will put you somewhere in life you never imagined. And a place in life where no one can remove you. As we're about to conclude this program, my friends, may the goddess Saraswati bless you and your family immensely. This is Justin D. Anthony. Before I leave, my friends, I just want to extend an invite and say that the Sri Ma Kali Durga Mandir, located at 9266 Springfield Boulevard in Queens Village, New York, extends an invite to all devotees to join them for Mahashivratri, beginning on Sunday evening, Sunday, February 15th at 5 p.m. Come out and receive the blessings of the Guru of all Gurus, Lord Shiva, on his night of Mahashivratri. So once again, the Sri Ma Kali Durga Mandir, located at 9266 Springfield Boulevard in Queens Village, New York, invites you and your family to join them on one of the most auspicious nights of the Hindu calendar, Mahashivratri. Come out and receive the blessings of Lord Shiva and witness for yourself the bliss and the power, the Shakti of Shiva. For more information on Mahashivratri at the Sri Ma Kali Durga Mandir, kindly contact Pujari Kavirdas G2 at 917-929-7150. That's Pujari Kavirdas G2 at 917-929-7150 for more information. This will be my final bhajan for today, my friends. With this bhajan in mind, I'm taking my leave. Sitaram Om Shakti. Until we meet again on Sunday morning, my friends, may Goddess Saraswati shower her grace in your life. This is Justin D. Anthony. Until we meet again, my friends, may the Divine Devi Saraswati bless you with knowledge and success in all your educational pursuits.
ले लो दुआएं माँ बाप की हो, ले लो दुआएं माँ बाप की। सर से उठेगी गठरी आपकी, ले लो दुआएं माँ बाप की हो, ले लो दुआएं माँ बाप की। गोद में माँ की आँख खुली, जग देखा बाप के कान्हे चढ़के। गोद में माँ की आँख खुली, जग देखा बाप के कान्हे चढ़के। सेवा बड़ी न होगी कोई इन दोनों की सेवा से बढ़ के, इन दोनों की सेवा से बढ़ के। ले लो दुआएं माँ बाप की हो, ले लो दुआएं माँ बाप की। दुख सहना माँ बाप की खातिर, फर्ज तो है एहसान नहीं। सुख सहनामा बाप की खातिर कर्ज तो है एहसान नहीं, कर्ज है इनका तेरे सर पर, भिक्षा या कोई दान नहीं, भिक्षा